what is the significance of brain-computer interface for the future?
I think the significance of BCI technology is immense, and till now we just had discovered around 30% of it, I can say. And so the BCI can be broadly utilized in for the two different application fields, like the medical applications, that the person who are going through certain disorder, how can we restore or rehabilitate those particular tasks. And the other is the non-medical applications, like playing video games through your brain, or like listening music directly into your brain. So which is one of the ambitious project of Elon Musk, Neuralink. And the other thing is the controlling objects with your thought. So like these are the things, like humans controlling machines with their minds may sound like something like the sci-fi movies, but it's becoming a reality nowadays, and that has been possible through brain-computer interface. And like the most BCI technologies that are there are the point is that they are still in the very early stages of development and are actively being researched and funded. So I just want to discuss briefly about two of the interesting projects which will give a sense to maybe our viewers about how the future is all about BCI. So there is a very interesting project, BrainTernet. So it's generating an additional excitement for the field of BCI technology by converting. So in this, they convert the brain of a user into a node for the Internet of Things. So which allows a plugged-in brain to connect to the internet. So this was something really nice, or like something innovative, I can say. So what happens is that pairing a BCI with your BrainTernet-like device is the step forward that will begin erasing the boundaries between the human brain and the machine, which allow us to envision a very near future where our knowledge and physical reach can expand as we have instant access to the internet, right? So this is something very interesting. So but there is thing is that there is something pros and cons of both the things. So I just discussed about that, like being able to upload and download information from and to the internet, it will be helpful for people to gain the knowledge and upload their memory, even to prevent the loss of memory. So this was something really nice about this project. But the cons, so that the good things with the bad things as well. So the cons of such devices connected to the internet is the less security. So if you get connected to some less security features, so this can be hacked and turned into botnets. So these are the certain cons of this particular project, because your personal information would not be personal anymore if you are connecting your thoughts to the internet. And the another very interesting project is the brain to speech project. This is also one of the very good project in which what people are doing is that they are taking the neural signals from their speech motor cortex region, so the region in the brain which is responsible for processing the speech signal. So this particular technology will help the ALS patient. So this is a particular ALS is a particular kind of a disease in which the person cannot speak. And one of the most famous people who is diagnosed with ALS is the famous cosmologist Stephen Hawking. So you can see his video or something like where he was not able to speak, but there are certain BCI technology which they were using. So, which he was using to communicate his thoughts. The point is that the technology which he was using was very old, or the one he was doing was text-to-speech synthesizer, where his thoughts are converted into the text first and then from text to speech. Nowadays, what people are, and there are certain disadvantages of that particular technology. Because in that it would be a monotonous speech, which I think everyone has felt. So now what people are doing, they are going for direct from brain to speech, where your thoughts were directly converted to the speech, so that it would be like where to stop, where to go, like like the intonations would be there in your speech. So this is so the two projects, the Brain2Net and the Brain2Speech, is some of the very highly known two of the research projects which are ongoing nowadays. So my point was that the future is all about BCI, and that the thing till now what we have found is around, I think, 30 to 40%, and there is yet many things to come which we can't imagine till now.
These were very interesting things. Other than the discussion, I'll ask you what the two projects which you explained right now. So in your lab, how the things are happening related to these things? You are directly involved with such kind of things, or you are working with the algorithms kind of?
So till now we are not going for the hardware part, because you understand that there is certain hardware part would also come into the picture when we are designing a certain brain-computer interface device. So till now, as we are a neuroscientist, our focus is to analyze the EEG signals and convert those signals to the useful information. So designing the hardware part would not be possible for us, as although there is a certain project going on in our lab. Not in our lab, it's a DRDO sponsored project where it's a multidisciplinary kind of a project where I think the electrical engineering department, the applied mechanics department, and the control systems within the electrical engineering department are coming together to design such a system. So in that, our focus is how we can take the EEG signals to convert them to the useful information. And this information would be given to the control people, who will then utilize it for moving the external devices.